You know, Beybladers, Blade Bay X here. I am out of time to get this deck ready for a tournament today, but I've been given special permission to run a Hasbro only retool deck at the Karatomi tournament today. So I am going to quickly unbox these, start playing around with stuff. I've got some ideas for combos in my head. I've got very limited blades and retools, but I've got a few good ones. We've got Raw Tyranno here. We've got what was it, Talon Terror and Croc. So yeah, we're gonna open. We're gonna try and build stuff really quickly because I've got to leave in like 20 minutes to go pick up Nanashi and try and win a Beyblade tournament. So let's get to it. There we go. I'll let it rip. Why do you sit down here? Let's see. Wow. Wow. Extremely whelming. Huge shout out to my boy Leon Lion, absolute legend, for sending me out the Raw Tyrannos. I will give you another shout out later on in the video properly, but yeah, absolute hero, came in clutch for me. There it is, the ever evasive mythical Raw Tyranno blade. Use your codes if you don't already. That looks nice. Alright, and finally Talon Terror. Alright, so blade wise, I've taken out like dagger and stuff like that because they're not retools. These are the retools I have. Technically, I also have Bear, but this is a TT one, so we already know we're getting like Talon and stuff for TT as well. Let's face it, they're all TT retools. It's just Hasbro are also allowed to print them. They just did it sooner. So I'm only using retools that haven't been released by TT yet. So still got like a week to be allowed to use this, which is good because this looks ass and I've heard is ass. This is a Leon Claw retool. They would have to have done a lot for me to think it would be better than a Wing, a Viper, or a Shark retool. I think these three are the obvious choices to go with, and because I'm limited on time, I'm going to start building with these now, and I'll take these along to the tournament with me if I feel like I have to change something last second. Okay, so for combos, this is a Wing substitute, but let me just grab a Wing next to it here. So the big differences I see here, of course, there's a retexturing for the wings or the blades on it, but on the prongs to attach to the launcher, you don't have this whole kind of like diamond little shape here sticking out, so that's probably where the weight has gone from, and you're not going to get as big a hit of recoil in comparison to like the sharpness of these angles compared to here. So not as much of a like attack type. It definitely is, but I think it won't punch as hard as Phoenix. I might get it on the scales in a second to see how well we've done for Tyranno here, but it could definitely still be in an attack build, but maybe something like Orb instead might work with it. We'll give it a go. I mean, this is a Shark retool, and apparently they're slightly heavier than regular Shark, so we'll check that out. But my favorite Shark combo is just the stock combo of 360 low flat. I think that's the best way to play it. I'm not going to be able to run like a Dran Buster or something like that, so my like one all-in attacker, if I'm playing a blade like Shark or Croc here, I think I should have. So maybe 360 low flat, we don't get too crazy or creative with this. For Talon, I actually really want to run this on 360 Orb. I think that's a really good Viper Tail combo that a lot of people sleep on. Kun Pop, who I think is like the best Beyblader I know, he runs Viper Tail 360 Orb and he just sweeps everyone every week. So yeah, I might just take a leaf out of his book and give that a go. Oh, something else. I've set myself another condition for this challenge deck. I'm not going to use any parts that Hasbro haven't released yet. So I know people have seen like Wave 3 boosters out there, but like Wave 2 is hardly even available for most people. And while I was back in the UK, it wasn't anywhere. So ratchets like 160 are off limits. So just what's kind of like more widely available for like the Hasbro releases. So at the 60 height, I do have 3, 4, 5, and 960 to pick from. So we'll grab some stuff and we'll get the stadium out. We'll do a couple launches and then, damn, I am running late. I've got to go. All right. While I'm on the subject, actually, quickly of what Hasbro doesn't have. Hasbro don't yet have grips, and they definitely don't have a battle pass. So I will be limited to either using a string or ripcord without the launch grip. I'm actually really tempted to use the ripcord just because I really like this new Silver Wolf one. I know Silver Wolf isn't released in Hasbro yet, but it's just a regular launcher, it's fine. And then the string launcher, we all know I'm a big fan of the string launcher, and I think it works fine without the grip as well. No problem, but it's a different launching style again. So yeah, I think I might go with ripcord today because I actually prefer to use ripcord without the grip. We're spoiling the Talon Terror combo today. I'm going to take this really nice orange 560 from the Bear Scratch recolor or release from the stadium. Oh, that looks nice. And I've got a actual Viper tail that's still completely unused, and it's just been chilling on one of my stands from Noozle 3D. Use code BladeBayX at checkout for 10% off. You can follow the link in the description to get there. We got a completely fresh orange orb, and that looks pretty nice. That looks pretty nice. Having the 5 with orb is a bit nerve-wracking sometimes, but it's a Viper recolor. It has some protection for the ratchets with these down spikes here. I'm not expecting, like, I'll be blunt now, I'm not expecting amazing things from this deck. I think it will be absolutely fine. So with a little bit of luck and stuff, I'll get there. We've gone with 360 low flat on Shark, or sorry, Croc. What's the full name for this? Croc something, I don't actually know. But we know how to play this. We're going for those early KOs, those early bursts. We want to get ratchets. We want to get them out of the stadium. Here, Raw on Rush. Very similar in a way to Phoenix being on Rush, except it's all Hasbro parts. This is the my Hasbro copy of Rush. Super stiff in there actually. But yeah, a lighter Phoenix combo. It won't hit as brutally, not so much because of weight, but because of the lack of recoil on these points here. But I expect it to still do well. You know, it's still a great shape for a Beyblade, and for everyone who's able to run this and Phoenix in their deck, like, oh man, you're living on an easy street there. With Terror, again, we just want to be evasive. We want to protect our ratchet as best we can and just spin for as long as possible, really. But here is my Hasbro deck. If you're not watching it already, I've had the stream of the GP going on in Japan in the background the whole time. All right, a couple quick test launches just to see what they look like, and then we're off. All right, Raw first. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. A little bit jumpy. All right, it spins like a Beyblade. Shark, or Croc, sorry. Ooh, damn. So yeah, we will be playing in the TT Stadium today, not the Hasbro Stadium, so I mean, they should operate the exact same. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Okay, we are launched and holstered up. We got a deck. Let's go get a W. So I grabbed Nanashi, we got TCG Ignition, and we got a couple practice battles on each side of the stadium. I was pretty happy with how Tyranno Raw was launching. It was getting good extreme finishes, over finishes, and just launching how I wanted it to launch, really, during these practice battles. So happy there. Viper Tail or Talonterra was doing fine, but that 560 with a low resistance bit is just nerve-wracking. But it balances well. It's easy enough to aim your launchers with, so if I can pull it off, it should do fine. And then with Croc, it's Shark on a low flat combo. You know, it's going to be low % win rate, but when it does win, it gets good points. So hopefully we just have a good run with it during the tournament. After we get these battles in, I practice a couple launch techs and stuff like that. I've been really enjoying doing with rush combos and, well, all combos at the moment, but I thought it'd be nice to pull them in here on a day I'm testing out Ripcord again. So a little bit of a mix of the Mad Maxi drop launch, and I guess just ripping it straight from the manga, or I guess if you're watching the anime, the Draconic Break X-Dash, pretty much just launching into your immediate X-Dash, but this time doing it from the B side of the stadium, which it's been a lot of fun, but it's one of those high risk, high reward techniques, and if you get overzealous with your power, you're likely to self KO and give them 3 points. So yeah, just practice before you take it to a tournament. Yeah, super happy with the deck. If I'm honest, it's as good as any other deck out there. You can bag wins with it. It's just not fully optimized, I guess. So I'll let you watch the rest of the battles and the practice, and then we will get straight to the first round of the tournament. The first match of the tournament was underway, and then not long after, it was my first match of the day against Kun On. Now, I am watching this 2 weeks after doing it, so this is my first time seeing these battles since. So yeah, it'll be a nice little recap for me. So I'm opening with Raw Tyranno, 960 Rush. I like this combo a lot. I think if I were going to build it again, I would use a different copy of the 960. The one I got from the Raw Tyranno is crazy stiff, and I've tested it with all different TT and Hasbro bits and blades, but it just doesn't let the bit rotate very well, so it eats up a lot of stamina on X dashes, which is what you want. You want to X dash, with Rush. So wasn't helpful. Now, there was a bit of a gimmick before each of my rounds where we had to explain the name of each of the Hasbro bays to the organizer, couldn't we? But yeah, here, this was my biggest problem of the day, was Viper or Terror bursting on that 560. Ideally, I want it on 3 or 9, but I think I should have put a 560 on to Raw Tyranno instead. I think that would have been the better choice. But yeah, the colors just look so nice with that orange. I couldn't resist. I could not resist. But here we are with Croc. And what's my opponent using? Have they got a big old Phoenix in there? Yes. So yeah, I think they had Phoenix on Hexa maybe there. So with this tournament, because I got special permission to use my Hasbro base, like, everyone was allowed to use all releases, so more updated stuff at the time. So it was before the November releases, like Samurai Saber and stuff like that. But things like Silver Wolf were all legal. And there, Raw gets thrown into the overfinish pocket, and I lose my first round, unfortunately. We have Nanashi here, first tournament battle with his Whale Wave 560 ball combo against the Buster. So bit of an odd combo, one I haven't really seen anyone else using, but it's actually been a bit of a beast. In testing, it's been a monster, like a real monster. The extra stamina really allows that down smash to come into play, and like Tyranno Beat, you get some late kind of like down smash KOs sometimes, which is very, very cool. It's just the burst ability, especially 560 and ball on that blade that doesn't really protect the ratchet like that. I mean, you can orientate 5 so it's hidden, but yeah, Nanashi, cool and clean, gets the spin finish, gets the extreme, and he wipes the losing vibes off his hand there. What the hell, Nanashi? The disrespect. The goddamn disrespect. Okay, my second match. I don't know how many matches of these I've loaded up in the player actually, but let's keep going. So this is Nanashi's last opponent, the one he got the win over. So me and him in the losers bracket. Hopefully I can dig and claw my way back out. Raw Tyranno just stays central, and there Bay kind of like just decides to jump in the pocket on its own. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But that is another reason to make sure you're launching accurately. So I wanted to be just hanging out on that X side of the stadium, that half, just doing as many short little X dashes as possible. And that's where we were. So being in the right place at the right time. Here I'm trying to just evade. Clash in the middle, but I'm on the top side. But still, the burst ability, do not run this combo. Stamina wise, it's fantastic, but yeah, that 560 is just like burst city. So I'd switch up the ratchet to like a 3 or a 9 for sure. But I wanted 3 or 9 to be on the Croc retool as well. Speaking of, it's in there. Hopefully it can, yes, push them out, getting us the 4 points we need. And we're through to the winners bracket again. Okay, so now Nanashi is against Kun On, who put us into the losers bracket. And it is Beat versus Whale, 2 big, heavy, down smashy boys. Let's see what Whale can do. It's tanking, it's tanking, it's tanking. Its stamina is looking stronger than Tyranno Beat's right now. Hopefully it can keep going that way. Oh no, is it fading? No, it's got the advantage, trading energies. Yeah, okay. Spin finish there for Nanashi, very nice. Now it's his Wing on Taper against Wing on Hexa. So Nanashi positioned for somewhat of a drop launch there, but kind of slingshotted his bait backwards towards the pocket, and it kind of went back there later on. Yeah, not ideal, going for that X. Sorry, get an extreme finish from down there. And here, Unite doing what Unite loves. He kind of had that same slingshot issue there. I don't think he's practiced that drop launch from that position enough. He's pulled it off a few times in tournament the last like month or so. But yeah, a couple bad launches there, hitting the stadium floor and going into the pocket. So now he's against me because we are both 1-on-1 right now. So we are leading with my Raw combo against his Dagger on Unite. And yeah, that pocket's been my best friend this tournament so far. But Unite is... it's just going to go into the overfinished pocket, like, on its own, honestly. I don't know if you've gotten some super amazing mold of it, but yeah, it's just been the same since I first tested it, and I've not seen anything to change my mind on it yet. But now we're going in with the Viper, or sorry, the Talon Terror against Nanashi's Whale. And again, we get burst because everyone gets 2 points free against us when we're running this combo, so why would Nanashi be any different? Always hurts getting burst by your opponent's stamina combo. And then it's going to be our Croc versus what would his last combo be? Last combo will be his Phoenix, I believe. Sorry, it's one of the oh no, yeah, Phoenix, sorry. It's Kunde on the camera, just making sure she gets the stadium in view, which I appreciate. Come on, Shark, do something for us. Do something for us. No, okay, it's 3-2 to Nanashi now. But we've been in tighter spots, gang. We know what to do. Gonna open up with Tyranno. Again, I like opening with my strongest and most versatile bay, typically just because it can deal with most matchups better than any of my other bays can. So I've gone for Tyranno. I think the Nashi might have gone for his whale, but I can't see because Good Day's fixated on that stadium. Doing a good job though. Yeah, he's gone for whale, and we get that burst, putting us to 5 points and bagging us our second win of the tournament. Now I am the only Beyblade left in the tournament with a very patchy record already of 2-1. But again, this was a much more casual tournament today, which was why I was allowed to use my Hasbro base, so small numbers. And actually, if I win this one, I think I go to the finals or semi-finals, but not looking good for me as I get insta KO'd by Phoenix. My Tyranno, I guess, just not heavy enough to contend with the real authentic article. I'm looking forward to seeing what when Takara finally release their Raw Tyranno, or I guess it'll be Tyranno Raw, Tyranno something else, possibly by that point, what the kind of color scheme and design is like, if it's the same as the Hasbro one. But yeah, next up we're putting Shark in. This is the only match that I changed the order of my bays for, just because I'd lost so much faith in the Talon Terror retool by this point. The burst ability on it is disgusting. But yeah, so my Croc gets spin finished. We're down 3-0. Things aren't looking great, but now it's the Rod v Terror matchup, which I don't feel bad about actually, because I had a couple practices against this earlier and exactly this happened. I just did a much harder launch and we managed to get the extreme finish when I was testing with the Nashi, so I was hoping I could recreate that and we managed to pull it off live. Now it is Raw back in there against Phoenix and pinged about a little bit, not getting healthy X dashes on the wrong side of the stadium there. We make it out of the pocket, but our stamina dies just before theirs does. Very unfortunate loss, but we are out of the tournament. And actually we managed to come third. It's a very, very small bracket that weekend, but it was a lot of fun taking the Hasbro deck along. I'm really grateful to Kun Wee, who actually found himself in the finals and for the first time ever actually winning one of the tournaments that he hosts. He hosts them every weekend, but this is his first W and he won it with a really cool rogue deck. So yeah, congrats Kun Wee. Thanks for checking out the video, Beybladers. I hope you enjoyed my attempt at making a Hasbro retool deck. I think these parts are fantastic, but mixed in with other TT parts and other parts is definitely the better way to build your deck. If you have access to them, it's just here. We only have the TT parts legal in tournaments. So if you enjoyed, make sure you like the video. Please subscribe. There will be further Hasbro testing videos, and there are about a month's worth of rogue deck build tournament runs I've not put out yet. So I'll catch you in the next one, Beybladers. Peace.